All right, everybody, you are almost there. College football is right around the corner. Just a little over a month left before Georgia's first game of the 2023 season. That means fall camp is right around the corner. In fact, it starts next week. And this video is about just breaking down position groups, position battles, who's going to win some starting jobs, what the starting lineup might look like for the first game of the season. So let's go ahead. A lot to talk about. Let's break it all down. Of course, let's start with the quarterback position. I think it's going to be Carson Beck, right? I feel pretty good that Carson Beck is going to be the starting quarterback, and I think he's going to have a very good year. I've been a Carson Beck guy for a long, long time. As y'all know, I was one of the few people who went down to Jacksonville, watched him play in person. I've always been high on Carson. I think he's the guy, but I think there's a real battle for that number 2 spot. I thought Brock Vandagriff and Gunnar Stockton both did some really good things during G-Day. They're both extremely talented. They both can run. They both have really strong arms. So I think it's going to be a real battle for that number 2 job. And whoever wins it, I think beat out a really, really good player. So definitely something to watch for there. But at quarterback, it's Carson Beck. Then the other 2 guys fight for that number 2 spot. At running back, Branson Robinson, still a little banged up. Not sure if he's going to participate in the first or second game, to be honest with you. But Kendall Milton, fully ready to go. Kirby said last week at SEC Media Days. Daijun Edwards, maybe not super flashy, but he is as reliable as it gets. Could see more of him catching passes out of the backfield this year. We'll see, but he is a very consistent back who's going to get a lot of carries this year. Andrew Paul coming off the ACL. Still haven't seen him. He is a big tackle-breaking back that they signed last year. This is year 2. If he's fully healthy, ready to go, I think he is going to surprise a lot of people. And of course, Roderick Robinson, the incoming freshman, I think he's the biggest and heaviest of all the running backs in that room. He's pushing like 230. Saw him get some tough yards in that G-Day scrimmage. He's only going to get better, but he needs some help, right? He's not a bell cow right now as a true freshman, but we could see him get some carries. I expect him to, especially those first couple cupcake games. I hate to say it like that, but it is what it is. But with Branson Robinson out, that just means the other guys really have to do their best to stay healthy. I'll talk about tight end real quick. Brock Bowers, arguably the best player in college football. Caleb Williams, I get if you want to put him ahead. Marvin Harrison Jr., I get that if you want to put him ahead of Brock Bowers, but he's number 3, or he's number 2 or number 1. He's the guy. He is the star. I've always been an Oscar Delp guy. I saw him play in high school more than anyone in the industry, mainly because the guy lives right down the street from me, but like what he brings to the table. I wrote a story that's on Dawg Post. You can check that out. Sign up for the newsletter for sure, so you don't miss any of the content we're pushing out. We've got a lot of great stuff going on Dawg Post, so please make sure to sign up to the newsletter. Sign up to Dawg Post in general. This is the time to do it. It's going to be a great season. We've got a whole schedule of stuff we're putting out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. If you love high school football, recruiting, I'm your guy there. Do not, miss an opportunity to be on Dawg Post for Dylan Raiola highlights, practice updates, insider scoop. Dawg Post is the place to be. But I do expect Oscar to have a solid year. And, he's not Darnell Washington. He's not that big bully, run blocker that Darnell was, but he blocked really well against Ohio State. Kendall Milton's touchdown run was behind Oscar Delp. Stetson Bennett's touchdown run against the Buckeyes was behind Oscar Delp. And he's a big target in the passing game. But Lawson Lucky's going to play. He has been turning heads the second he got to campus. I think he's going to play a little bit. And again, Ball State, Tennessee Tech, UAB, Vanderbilt, Georgia Tech, these guys are going, a lot of these younger guys are going to play. Kirby wants these freshmen to play. That experience is something that you can't make up for. And it's going to help these guys in year 2 or 3 playing as a freshman. Pierce Sperlin, another incoming freshman. If he can get healthy and stay healthy, he's a tremendous pass catcher at tight end, so he's a guy I know as well. Offensive line, I think it's almost all set, right, except for left tackle. At right tackle, we've got Amarius Mims. If he has a monster year, he could be a first-round pick in the draft. Big, physical, imposing, intimidating. I think he's going to shine at right tackle. Tate Ratledge, right guard, multi-year starter, as good as you're going to find in the SEC at right guard. Cedric Van Pran, probably the best center in college football, one of the leaders on this team. Going to be a starting center in the NFL. I have no doubt about it. Left guard, you've got Xavier Truss. It's big, massive. He's going to open up some holes on that left side, brings a lot of experience, a lot of size. And then at left tackle, You got Ernest Green, who I think is going to win the job over Austin Blasky, who could be the backup left tackle, backup center, backup guard. He might, he's your Swiss Army knife, the backup to pretty much all the positions. So he's a big deal, and I think he could still get some look at left tackle in some of those early games. But Ernest Green is a guy everyone is excited about. Out of California, it was a high 4-star kid, and I think he could be the next, great left tackle at Georgia. Wide receiver. Talent all over the place, right? Brock Bowers is the best pass catcher, but Ladd McConkey is going to get his touches. Rod Thomas, Dom Lovett could be the leading receiver on this team. Dylan Bell is coming back. They like him. He's a tremendous route runner. Marcus Rosemead, Jack Saint, Arian Smith, Jackson Meeks. The list goes on, and you've got guys like Chandler Smith, who's eager to see the field at some point. Cole Spear can make plays, but there are a lot of guys kind of down on the depth chart of wide receiver who are really good players and could play a lot of minutes on other teams. So that's a position battle. I think we'll see where that depth chart is game one. But offensively, this team's loaded. Again, defensively, start on the defensive line. Lot of depth, lot of experience, lot of veteran guys. Nazir Stackhouse, I think, is going to start. Michael Williams is going to start. Zion Logue is going to start. That's probably your 3, but they're going to mix in guys all the time. Tramel Walthour brings a lot of experience. He's been on the team forever, it feels like. Tyrion Ingrams-Dawkins has leaned up. I mean, his body looks really, really good. I expect him to play a lot more this year. Warren Brinson is going to play some. Kristen Miller, year 2, I think he's going to make some noise. And then you got guys like Jordan Hall, an incoming freshman, who is going to be tough, really tough to keep him on the bench for very long. So defensive line, they are stacked with a lot of experience, veteran guys who know their job, and they're going to do their job. Outside linebacker, Chaz Chambliss, probably the main guy, but Darius Smith, long, athletic, Leonard Floyd-looking dude. Marvin Jones Jr. missed the spring, but he's another guy, former 5-star, who can get after the quarterback, and he played a little bit last year as a freshman. So if he's healthy, he's a guy who should see the field a decent bit as well. Inside linebacker, Jamon Dumas-Johnson, Small Munden. Those are your 2 starters. Maybe the best duo inside linebacker group in college football. But Small Munden is a little banged up too right now. I think he can miss the first couple games at least. They don't need him those first 2 games. Just get it back by South Carolina. But he's still banged up, dinged up, whatever you want to call it. Jalen Walker, who was a freshman last year, played a lot. He is a guy I think everyone is very high on. He's still going through, I think it's a labrum injury. He missed the spring, if I remember correctly. But when he's healthy, he's going to see the field. He can get after the quarterback. He can stop the run. He's a coach's son. Everything I've heard about Jalen Walker is that he is going to be a big-time player at Georgia. So is he ready? Could he be starting instead of Small Munden game 1 if Small Munden is still not ready to go? Maybe. Maybe it's Xavier Sori, former 5-star who's also dealt with some injuries. I think late in his high school career, early in college. Took him a while, for that light to come on, for him to feel comfortable with what he's doing physically and, learn the playbook, sitting behind a lot of talented guys. This could be the year where he breaks out. I thought he played really well in the spring game at G-Day. He's a tough tackler, man. When he hits you, you go backwards. And I think he is full of talent. And when that light fully comes on, maybe he does this fall, he's a guy who I think could be one of the breakout defenders on defense. EJ Lightsey, the guy I think coming into his second year. He had the gunshot injury. I think, was it this time last year? Maybe a little before that. Maybe it was early in the season. I don't remember, but he's still, I think he's fully recovered from that. But he's another hard-hitting dude that played at Fitzgerald. Tough South Georgia program in Georgia. He's one to know. And they've got some dudes coming in, man. I've talked about them in a lot of videos. Raylan Wilson is a dog. He is going to be a very, very good player at Georgia. Maybe the next Buckus winner. I don't know. CJ Allen, I thought was really good at G-Day. Tough, physical, thick linebacker who knows how to hit you, but he can run as well. He loves contact, loves the game. He played running back and linebacker in high school, but he's a guy who has a bright future too. So inside linebacker, they got some dudes. They got some dudes there. They're not dropping off any from last year. Then the secondary, Kamari Lassiter has one of those cornerback spots filled. He's one of the leaders of the defense. We know about Malachi Starks. He could be an All-American this year at safety. David Daniel, could he be the other safety? He's a hard-hitting, intimidating, safety. Still working, on in coverage, right? He can we've seen him get beat a little bit here and there in garbage time situations, but he was a young guy. I think year 3. He was in that 2021 class, so this should be his 3rd year. Maybe, that coverage light has come on for him, but he can tackle, he can hit, and I think it's his job to lose there. But we'll see. Janelle Aguero, incoming freshman, is coming for that job too. He's coming to play at Georgia. I have very high expectations for him. Of course, Javon Bullard, one of the best playmakers on the team. He's going to be that star position, that 5th defensive back. And then the other cornerback spot, is it Dalen Everett? Is it Nyland Green? Is it Julian Humphrey? I think that's another position group that I'm excited to watch for in fall camp and see. But Nyland Green is extremely long, athletic, and talented, and Dalen Everett's a former 5-star and coming in his 2nd year. So whoever wins that opposite cornerback job, again, beat out a lot of really good players for that job. So whoever wins it, I think, can be relied upon. But at the end of the day, this team is stacked. They are deep. They are talented. And there are a lot of really, really talented, hungry players that are not going to win starting jobs, that would be starting at other programs. And that's what separates Georgia from a lot of these other teams is, not only are they full of talent, but they're so deep and they can rotate so many guys in and out, not only on the defensive line, but at linebacker and in the secondary if they needed to. But the defensive front, I think, you're going to see a lot of guys there, but they could win a 3rd national title. Now that, just the more and more I look at this roster and the talent and the depth that they have and the quarterback play. Again, I'm very high on Carson Beck. He's got an excellent offensive line in front of him. Wide receivers, pass catchers all over the place. It's going to be a very, very good team. Make sure you are subscribed to Dawg Post so you don't miss out on any of the coverage we've got coming to you this fall. It's exciting. We're excited for fall camp to be here. If you need practice reports, if you need more recruiting insider scoop, I think Georgia could land at, 1, maybe 2 more 5-stars in this class. It is going to be one of the best recruiting classes ever. I've been saying that for months. I was saying that when they were still wrapping up the 23 class. I told y'all, keep an eye on 2024. It's going to be the #1 recruiting class in the country. I said that a long time ago. Y'all already know this because you watch my videos and you're over on Dawg Post. At least you should be. Thanks for watching this video. Appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the next one, and I will definitely see you over on Dawg Post. Thanks for watching.